I already started.
Border barrels.
Border barrels.
They started the timer.
Start again.
Already started the timer. That's all right.
It was already playing.
Yeah.
Pretty funny we can put on. Is there no fights for the minute? Or?
There's a fight starting, and it's going to be you and I if you suggest that again.
Okay.
No, it's all right.
Oh no, that's why I was like, because they're just doing a little.
I think this is the. There's only 2 fights left.
What I like is that we both didn't know that we were already recording, and there's you threatening me on live tape.
Yeah, and I'll fucking follow through, motherfucker.
Goodness me. So we're back this week to go through our Supercoach scores. I'm already scorned. I'm a man scorned because I'm not doing so well.
Do you not have Gorn?
I don't have. Oh, that would have been a good name. Anyway,
We've already got the title
that's
for the
it.
episode. That was
that's
quick.
it. I'm not doing
All
so
right,
well.
wrap her up.
Just let you guys know. So I made a couple of trades.
How do you have trades?
Yeah, what did you do?
I've got one trade. Let's have a look.
Do you
I'll
have
to
one still, or was that it?
Remember, so
Us ye of little trades.
I've got one trade left. So
Hey, can I have it?
Ware and McCartan went out, and I got Dawson.
Where'd they go?
Off the back. They went. They just went. I just told them to go.
No, it was more of a
Where did he go?
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I just told him to go. Anyway, but yeah,
Keep going.
Dawson and Tex Wanganeen.
What? Why?
Just for money.
What? Why?
What? Why?
What? Just for money. So that's what I did, and unfortunately I had anyway, we'll go through it when we
Sorry,
go through
who'd
the
you bring
games.
in with Wanganeen?
So Wanganeen
Gavin.
and Dawson.
Jordan Dawson.
Dawson's Creek.
Dawson.
Yep, and then Ware and McCartan. Who did
some
did
reason
you
I
guys
thought-
do any trades or you're out?
I don't have them.
Nah.
I have one left and did not use it.
Okay, no worries. Well, very good. Suppose we'll see how it played out with the games.
Who's in my team still? Like I said, once I stop having trades, I stop caring.
Yeah, I guess you can't do much about it, but there you go.
Game day. Oh, I'm not even playing anyone because I'm so good.
Yeah, but you're playing for overall to a point. Like,
Yeah, but like I
'Cause you're the
can't really
highest
do.
rank of
I
the three
can't
of
do
us.
much about it anymore.
depends on your VC and C and.
Yeah, but like I VC'd all of us, and he was in the first game, so I stopped. Like nothing matters anymore. That's all there
304
is.
there. That's
That's pretty handy. The one thing I'm hoping for this afternoon is Lockie Neal goes for about 190, maybe 200
Before doubling. Have
before
you got him as
doubling.
captain?
Yeah, because I don't really. Well, that's sort of all I got left, and it's probably a good decision in the end. Because Cripper, not too sure about.
No, he's had 2 really good weeks, and Hewitt apparently might be out for the season.
Yeah,
which will make
but-
his score go up a little bit.
But Pitnet out this week.
Yeah.
Also, Chris plays in the ruck, you reckon?
Well, no, just he historically scores well with Pitnet in the
Yeah.
ruck and not Tom DeConing.
Yeah. Okay.
With Silvani as the
Well,
backup
is
ruck.
Silvani back in? He got dropped.
Yeah, but he played as the sub and played well. And even he was like, wait, why are you dropping me? And Michael Voss was like, yeah, it's pretty tough. Like,
Oh,
I just
we'll
didn't know
see.
what else to do.
Well,
Anyway.
will we start going round by round after the intro?
Round by round. We'll just go, buddy, score by score and see where it takes us.
Yeah, we're going all the way back to round 1.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
I haven't heard this one in a while.
Yeah.
Going with a torpedo. He's got onto it and got onto it and got onto it. And he's kicked the goal.
BT. Oh.
We've been doing this podcast so long that I got a little bit nostalgic over that intro.
I tell you
Because I haven't
what.
heard it for so long.
Love him or hate him, like he's required.
That's
He's
my son
absolutely
at the
required.
supermarket now when we get near the deli. He's like, ham!
But the
It's
thing
like, righto,
is,
slice
is
of deli.
that when he's commentating, you hate it. But he's got he's like a meme
Yeah.
generator.
Yeah, he's great.
But he's not a good commentator.
I'm a generator.
We'll go straight into Friday's night game. It has been dubbed Game of the Season.
Um,
This is also the game that I knew my Supercoach round was stuffed.
You also said Friday's night game, which isn't wrong, but you would usually say Friday night's game.
Okay, well, I'll just write a little note down here
Saturday-
for myself,
Saturday's
which I will throw.
Saturday's day game.
Saturday's Night Live.
Okay. All right. Let's just
Righto.
keep on. I'm under pressure because we're under time constraints. I'm trying to knock through it.
Yeah, righto.
You're also drinking brain varnish.
Yeah.
Brain. Oh,
That's exactly
now
what
am I
it
doing?
is.
Yeah, no, did I say that right?
I don't know.
You guys had Petrarca 136.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with that.
I can't comment on the game because, as I said before we started the pod, AFL is my third favourite of football. So during winter, Australia, it's great because it's the only football on. So it's my number one of footballs.
I don't even know any other footballs that have started.
But NFL had their Hall of Fame game on Friday, so NFL's back in the preseason, and Premier League started last night. So I've been watching a lot of
I can
football.
almost guarantee that none of those games that they played, sport or not, were as good as this game was from a sporting perspective.
I don't know,
As
bloody-
much as I'm a bit off Collingwood because they're frustrating me because they keep winning these close games when I had them tipped for the wooden spoon, I can't deny that bloody hell was incredible to watch.
I'm
Goal for
telling
goal
you,
in the
football
last
was
quarter.
back at Craven Cottage, in fact. And
Who's Craven
Fulham.
Cottage? Like cottage
It's on
cheese?
the backs onto the River Thames.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
But no, this was 75,000 at the G on a Friday night. Goal for goal in the last quarter. Yeah, what more can we say other than Collingwood have gotten themselves to second with, I think, the worst percentage of a team ever to sit in second spot this late in the season.
Well, they had the lowest scoring margin in a 10-game winning streak ever. It was
Yeah.
like a total of 105 points or something.
It's an average of 10 points, but this game was even less than that, so it probably brought it down a tad
Well,
more.
I suppose it doesn't matter. You only have to win by one, so
Yeah.
that's very good. I saw there's a bunch of Collingwood fans on my Instagram feed that were going off, and I didn't catch too much of the game, but I was talking to a work colleague. Shout out to Stav. And Stav was going off. He's like, how good was it? And then he went into a tangent.
But that's
Rocker.
That's the thing, is that Collingwood as a team are really enjoyable to watch this year, but their fans just ruin it. You're ruining it.
Yeah.
And, like, I can say that as an Essendon fan because we're the same.
Are you saying just sort of take the win, move on? Is that
But,
what you're
like,
saying?
it's like flag pies. It's like, fucking, let's all calm down. Like, and the problem is that every one of these Collingwood fans that are all up and about, they're rightly up and about. Where were they last year when they came 17th?
Go the mighty Magpies.
Yeah, they were out smoking crack with her.
Ah,
Goodness.
Jesus.
But yeah, they like. I know obviously it all happens when you go well, like you get a bit more involved. But I haven't, like, I've been vocal about Essendon, and they've been shit since 2002.
That's true.
And just for those playing at home, Melbourne Demons 89. Oh, God.
You did the loser first, you loser.
Collingwood Magpies! Collingwood Magpies 96. Very good.
From a Supercoach point of view, Oliver, Gawn, Petrarca, Brayshaw, and Viney scored more than every single Collingwood player except for Nick Dacos.
Yeah. Well, if you look at Collingwood's previous, when I say when you look at, let me get it up for us.
Is this about how they lose the stats every week and they still keep winning?
Oh, no, it's not even that. It's the fact that if you go based on Supercoach, here we go, Collingwood. I think it's,
Go the mighty Magpies.
like, you look at your last few against Port, Essendon. So this is their last 3 games because I won't go back further because nobody's got time for that. Collingwood, Port, Darcy Cameron top scored with 113. Jordan De Goey, the only others, ton. Collingwood, Essendon, not a single ton. Josh Dacos top scored with 90.
90?
And then Collingwood, Adelaide, 4 tons, but very low ones considering Adelaide also had 4 tons.
And
Nick Dacos,
Walker and Berry went above 118 in that game.
Nick Dacos had 40 touches and 3 goals and scored 163.
Yeah, that's still the best rookie first year player game
Yeah.
you could probably argue there's ever been. But
Best first year, play, a game within their first year. I still think the best debut was Nick Martin or Michael Barlow.
debut
Yeah,
game.
debut game, but that's the best game by a player in their first year.
Yeah. For sure.
I mean, has anyone had 40 touches and 3 goals this year?
I still think that there was a game up in Brisbane that Chris Judd played once where he kicked 5 in the first half.
Yeah.
In his first year. I think it was his first year, which was pretty crazy. And that was when Brisbane were...
Who was he playing for, Simon?
West Coast Eagles.
Yes.
Good.
Just before we finish with this game, from the Supercoach perspective, not for myself, but for you guys, Jack Crisp, back in a little bit of form.
Yeah, and why would he be on the field when he's
But
when
did
he's
you
in form?
loophole him on the bench? That's the
Yeah,
whole
I
point.
know, but still.
Did you play it? Did you get his score?
So not yet. I need to wait for Rhett Bazzo not to play.
Oh, he's not an emergency, is he?
No, I don't think so.
Do you want me to check?
It's too bad anyway.
Brett Razzo. Brett Bazzo. is an emergency.
So if he's the sub and he plays,
You'll get.
you're in a lot of trouble.
Surely not.
It's happened to many.
What time's that game? 4:10.
That's
You still got to wait
hilarious.
another hour and 5 minutes
Oh,
for
God's
the information
sake.
to flow
Yeah.
through.
Well, it may as well happen. It may as well bloody. Well, I don't have any other choices there, do I? Nah, no good.
No
It's all right.
choices.
No choices.
Are there any shaping up? I think for a lot of people now, it's starting to see for next season. So rather than tell this season's scores, I was like, oh, well, maybe we should talk about who we've got our eye on for next year, like a James Jordan going into his third year, averaging a fairly good amount.
Yeah, what do you get? Well, good stats the other night. He's actually 24 touches at 83% for only 78.
Or a lot of rookies they're getting ruined by real life coaching and picking rookies late in the season. And
Oh, we're getting
having their
screwed
prices
this year.
go up so that they don't
Oh,
start at a good price next year.
we had two this weekend. Well, it might have been more, but we had Sam Darcy and Jai Sarong both debut yesterday as well.
Are there any other debuts coming up this afternoon?
Tyler Sonsy's been ruined at Richmond, and he's been quite good too.
Yeah.
And by ruined, you mean they're good players, but they've been playing a bit this season, so their price is going to be inflated at the start.
Well, yeah,
of
so
the
Sam
season.
Darcy, for example, I think you have to play. You have to play 3 still?
Yeah, I think so.
So Darcy's played, so
Oh,
he
to
can
get a
play
price
3.
rise.
So if he only played the last round or 2,
He should come in.
from memory, he should be a decrease, not bottom price if he didn't play at all, but decreased. But
Yeah, fair enough.
As it stands, if he averages 70, he's going to start next year at bloody 310k or something.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Very good. So that's it for that game.
Yeah.
Cool. So Saturday's game, we have Hawthorn Hawks, 70. Gold Coast Suns, 63.
The goal comes.
Yes. And there was a bit riding on this game for me. I had a few in there.
But there was a lot riding on
Did
it
you
for
have a
Gold
VC
Coast.
in this one?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, Took.
Two.
Had Took.
Still scored
Tagged.
98.
Yeah, but have you seen the breakdown of his game?
No.
So I've actually got a little.
Jesus.
I
He had
found this.
21 touches, 18 contested.
Yeah. But I've actually found that in information. I had it summarised. So here we go. Where are we? Tuke Miller. It was his fourth. It was Tuke Miller's fourth lowest possession total of the year. It was his lowest uncontested possession count. He only had 3. That's his equal lowest ever.
Which is a good thing.
Yep, his lowest meters gained of the season, only 82 meters. His previous before that was 193, and he averages 530. It's his lowest total since 2018, and he had 0 inside 50s, and he averages 6. So to get, 98? Did he score?
Yeah.
That is insane that he still scored that much.
Not
with
really.
all of those statistical anomalies.
Yeah, but none
But
of
think about
those
all those-
contribute.
Oh, inside 50s do.
10 tackles. That's
what helped.
40 straight away.
What was his disposal efficiency?
57.
Yeah, okay. But Finn wore him like a glove, but he's such a hard player to tag because unlike Ed Langdon, who runs 200 metres at a great pace, Tuke does like 70-metre sprints faster than anyone can and repeat
Yeah,
those.
just
Like, it's
all
so
day.
Do you
tough.
want to know something crazy? Tuke Miller was tagged by Finn McGuinness, so instead of having a massive touch game, he had 10 tackles. Zach Merritt was tagged yesterday by some GWS player, I don't know who plays for him, the Orange team.
The Orange.
The orange.
And he had 1 tackle, which goes to show that that's why I hate Essendon midfielders, because we're all soft and they just want the foot.
When it doesn't go your way.
No, but they just want the foot. Like, they're all about getting touches. It's like Jack McRae. It's like, yeah, but is he contributing to a winning side? Like Tom
Can you
Mitchell.
dig in when it's not going your way?
Yeah, like Tom Mitchell and Jack McRae will always be good footballers, like Zach and Darcy Parish. But like, will they contribute to a winning side? No.
Yeah. But yeah.
Well, it's funny I say that because Jack McRae won the bloody finals MVP.
Yeah, he has actually, yeah. So you asked about a captain. I took a risk on Wits after what Marshall did to McAvoy last week. Funnily enough, McAvoy still ended up being the second top scorer for Hawthorn, but thankfully I had Jared Wits 133 because, as we'll talk about in another game, if it wasn't for Jared Wits, I would have had Tom Stewart as my captain, who scored 40 oach.
Yeah, bloody hell, got on.
That would have wrecked everything. But
speaking of.
aside from
Speaking
that,
of getting tagged out of a game,
yeah. So everyone's got Sicily. Well, not everyone, but a lot of people have Sicily.
I do.
I do.
I do.
Most
104.
would.
Apparently, a lot of his scoring came late because we got dominated in the last quarter and he kept taking intercept marks.
Plus, he got to play on Casbolt.
Also, first game this year that Mabior Chol went goalless. And guess who his direct opponent was all day, Hudson?
No.
Emerson Jecker.
No, yeah.
That's a surprising one.
There
He's
you go.
He played 2 games as centre half back in the VFL. And he's
Well,
come
I
in
did.
and
I was on the train last year of him being a below average forward, and obviously Sam Mitchell might think the same and put him at fullback.
100%. So now we've got all this
Coach
embarrassment.
Agostine time.
We've
There
got,
you go.
we've got an embarrassment of riches. But Supercoach wise, aside from that, not a lot else to report unless you've got.
Did
Dylan
you have Elijah Hollins?
Oh,
score
sorry.
116.
Shout out to my mate Jimmy, who I brought Elijah Hollins into Jimmy's team. So Gratzy's Fix-Its. And Jimmy had Elijah Hollins on the bench, not as an emergency.
Unlucky.
that's
Speaking of a player getting
That's-
ruined for next season, Supercoach,
Who's that?
Elijah Hollins.
Oh, sorry, he's one. Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
I believe I had him at the start of the season.
Probably.
but he
I
was-
think most people
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, but
We all thought he'd
But he
play.
wasn't going to play, yeah.
yeah.
That's about that.
Anyway, good on the Hawks. We've got one more game than we did last year.
Yeah,
So our
very
rebuild
good.
is going well.
Well, next game, we've got the Orange team, 96, 69.
The Orange team versus the SSS supporters.
You know what's funny is that Essendon basically played Essendon coaching staff and lost.
That's
and
actually
we all
very
fucking
true.
wonder why.
Yeah,
you look at the bloody GWS box, and there sits fucking Mark McVeigh, James Hird, and Dean Solomon, who all should be in Essendon's box, but we went with Ben Rutten, who I hate sacking coaches early, but the question's got to be asked.
Oh. We won't get Clarko now, so there's no point. You got to write it out.
So
Yeah,
what's
I
going
don't
on with Clarko? What's he doing? Is he going to North? or-
North Melbourne have basically said, we will do anything. And Alistair, we mean.
Well,
Yeah.
But what's interesting is if you're a coach, so if you're Clarko and let's say, North Melbourne's been courting for ages and they're like, here's all the money, and Essendon go, we'll match it, what would you pick?
Alistair Clarkson played for North Melbourne. They can tug at his heartstrings, potentially.
Or you could go to a team that finished 8th last year and has had a very bad year, but list-wise should be a top 8 team.
I guess it depends where he's at in his career as well, like whether he wants to, because he has.
Well, you got to commit to that North Melbourne team if you want it to succeed. You got to be there 10 years.
Yeah.
So he's got, if he goes to North, he's got to think, I have to be here. I have to coach for 10 more years. Whereas, like, if you went to like an Essendon or a Carlton, St Kilda, like all those guys, like they're thereabouts. If you're a good enough coach and you think you can take them over the line, it's probably only a 5-year job. And for a guy that's retired, citing that he wants to travel, it's hard to think that you would commit to 10 more years of
Yeah,
coaching.
but he might
unless
not.
he hates travelling that much.
No, you know why he committed to travelling? He was sacked a year early and is being paid $1 million to do nothing.
Oh, there you
Would
go.
you also travel if you were
I
paid $1
w-
million a year to
I'd
do
travel.
nothing?
I'd travel.
I'd sit down.
Well,
lot.
one question to ask here is like, I know in competitive sport you want to win. I'm not saying he doesn't want to win, but perhaps he's like, yeah, righto, I'll commit to a 4-year contract or 3-year contract. We'll see where we get, and hopefully they're in a better place, and he might just ride off into the sunset. Who knows?
My call is that he'll sign on a 5-year deal at North Melbourne. That's my
Yep.
early prediction.
And last 2.
I don't think their list is that horrible. They just haven't. They don't have all the coaching staff from the head coach through to the assistants. They don't have the
their
right
list
group.
is
I think he'll bring in the right group though.
I worry about like their lists. Like if you go through their list outside of their probably best 5, you could argue that not a single one of those players would be a best 22 player at any other club.
I agree with you, but I also think it's to do with development, and a lot of them are still young enough to be developed into decent players.
Yeah, but the thing I've noticed in the AFL, especially this year, and this is coming from a team like Essendon who are meant to have the best, probably if you look at the young kids as a whole, probably have the best outlook. But what I've noticed is if you're not good enough straight away, you can fucking not worry about it.
Oh wow!
No, well, like Nick Dacos, gun. Nick Martin comes in, good. Jai Newcomb we knew would be good straight away.
He had a good score yesterday.
Sam de Koning's good straight away. But, like, how it feels rare that people like play and you're like, nah, I don't think they'll do it. But maybe in a couple of years, those days seem to have gone because we want immediate results.
North actually have the stereotypical, the best example of that player though, who's just hit his straps this year, and that's LDU.
Yeah.
So he's been the slow.
But he
burn.
was also a fourth. He was a
top four
four-
pick.
he
I
was
think
a
he was pick,
fourth.
I think he was pick 4 from
Yeah.
memory. Yeah.
Yeah, so like it, but it's that immediate results. Like you look at a lot of clubs now, like they're playing kids, and if they're not great after 2 games, it's like, oh, do we bother?
Yeah. Well, actually, it was funny that we're talking about GWS because they're notorious for that. Guys will come in and play 2 or 3 decent games and get dropped to the 2s for 7 weeks, and then
all of a sudden
request a trade 2 years later.
Yeah, and you see all the best players around the league, and they're all GWS ex-players.
Yeah.
But speaking of current GWS players, Harry Himmelberg, 103 sign.
Nice.
He got to play on Jake Stringer, who gives about 10 minutes of footy, so he got 70 minutes of free reign.
To be fair, Stringer gave 10 minutes of footy last week and kicked 3 in the first 10
Yeah.
minutes. So.
Well, Stringer should have kicked 3 in about a minute yesterday and missed them all. From the highlights. Again, yeah.
Cogs was back
Cogs,
in.
106. Apparently he's hurt.
Oh.
Ankle issue in Q2. But he obviously played the rest of the game.
Who else anyone here?
Harry Perryman and Callan Ward doing well. Lockie Whitfield, 125 sign.
Yeah, I know, but I couldn't. Yeah, he hasn't done much.
Here's the best example of why Essendon are shit. Jesse Hogan, 4 goals. What's
That's
going?
true.
Like who? Who allows that?
There's a player not scoring very well who will probably be at a new team next year.
Jacob
who
Hopper?
will be a great pod potentially. Got good
There's
scoring
2
history.
down the bottom there. Jacob Hopper and Tanner Braun.
Yep. But apparently, I keep hearing that both are Geelong bound. And it's just how did Geelong get that done? That's another podcast for it.
Geelong always get it
Another
done.
time.
That's all I know.
Oh, I guess, but their draft hand's not great. Like, what players will they give up? And they've got such an old list. Do they give up? Is it redundant to give up a young player for other young players? Who
Cooper
knows?
Stevens. And
Yeah, better off keeping him. Anyway, on the Essendon side, I forgot I had Jordan Ridley until this morning.
There you go. Well,
And he scored a 75. That back line has been... Actually, that was
I
the
wish-
second highest defence score I had this weekend, so I probably shouldn't complain.
he's like Zach and Darcy in that they're very good, but like they want the glory touches, not the
Who's that, sorry?
Ridley.
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw there was, I don't know which goal it was in the highlights package, but basically someone ran from outside 50 and Ridley started next to them, and when the guy got the footy, it was Bruin, he snapped a goal. Ridley was 15 metres behind him jogging back.
I don't see Ridley sprint much.
No, it's
except
like,
when he
hey-
might be able to get the ball out in the wing.
No, that's what I'm saying. He wants the touches, but do they want the... That's a problem with half of Essendon's list is do you want to do the gross shit that doesn't get mentioned? That's why I love Laverty and Guelphy,
Guelphy's a heart and soul player
because
for
they
doing
fucking
that stuff.
they do the shit that doesn't get mentioned. And Guelphy kicked 4 yesterday.
Did he?
Yeah,
Of your 10?
4 goals, 1.
Oh.
Only scored 61.
oh, how does
good on
that
him,
work?
I don't know, but he's actually the small forward we need. Unlike Will Snelling, what's happened to him
Oh, by the way, Parrish
in his 50th game?
Parrish back did impact Merritt's score to a point, although Merritt
No,
said
Merritt
was
got tagged out of it.
Yeah,
But
he got
By Harry Perryman.
Parrish off the chain.
Perryman's good.
Yeah, he's taking everyone out of the bloody commission. Well done.
Anyway, so I'm sure Huddo wants to stop talking about the Bombrays. And the Orange team had a
What
rare
the,
win.
You know the good. Like I hate being like, yeah, but the draft pick, because I hate saying it at the start of the year. But now it's like, well, you're not making finals. Go for the draft pick. And if we lose, I think if like we've got our last 2 games against teams that are better than us, because everyone is, we could finish 16th, which is good because that's pretty much wooden spoon. Because North Melbourne aren't even VFL quality, and West Coast. WCE, the C stands for COVID for West Coast. So, yeah, we're pretty much the worst team in the comp then.
Oh, well, there you go. And then you get a higher draft pick finishing down the bottom, I imagine.
And then you look at the last 3 drafts, and you notice that the top 4 team in the top 4 still gets number 1 pick.
The father-son rule.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's happened again.
Yeah.
Marcus Ashcroft straight to Brisbane.
It's sort of a good one, but at the same time, it's like, whoa, I just don't know.
I've seen like the argument people are like it should just be 1 game instead of 100. Like if your father played for him, you've got the link. But it's like, no, fuck that. It should be free reign for everyone.
I don't mind
Especially in the
100,
top 20.
But it should be if you've played in a premiership. That ties you. That's why we would have Noah Anderson.
But it should no. Well, what if it's? But if you end up in the top 8, stuff it. Too bad.
Maybe.
Because like
Anyway.
like dogs. Or I mean, it didn't. like Sam Darcy finally gets a game, but then even Dogs again with the academy rule, which they have fixed, which probably worked against them in Jamara Ugelhagen. But yeah, like Nick Dacos to Collingwood. I mean, they did suck anyway, but
Yeah.
Marcus Ashcroft will go to Brisbane.
I think you meant Will. His dad was Marcus Ashcroft.
Oh yeah,
But
whichever
that's
one it is.
same bloke.
Ashy Ashcroft.
Actually,
Anyway, you were talking about the Western Bulldogs, and they're part of the next game we'll look at.
Fremantle Doggers 95, Western Bulldogs 78.
Look who has a big red cross against their name. Matthew Taberner. Old fly in, fly out.
He's a FIFO. He's a FIFO footballer.
FIFO full forward. Fucking subbed off in
yeah.
Q3 with a right calf injury.
We had a lot of players in this, but Dunkley's back in form for everybody. That's nice.
Yeah,
at
that
least.
was handy.
Did he play in midfield? What's he? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See? Playing inside mid.
Yeah.
Who would have fucking thought that Josh Dunkley was a good inside mid?
But you've done
He
well.
can do it at Essendon next year if he wants.
We should have all had the trifecta of Dunkley, McRae, Bontempelli, the three top scorers
I don't
for
have
the
Bont.
Dogs. No, but like, available as a forward. Tim English managed to get to an 86 after being on 47, I think, in the last quarter at one point.
Now, did we all make the wrong call about Tim English?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
That's
I
good.
traded, like, Heaney's going to end
No,
up
his
scoring
head's still real long.
about
Yeah,
100 points more,
yeah.
and I made that trade.
I don't even know who I traded to Tim English.
I don't know.
I
but-
think I was going to go Libba, though, and I didn't.
Yeah.
Fool. I just was turned off by Libba and his chain-smoking looks. And the fact that he looks like he's dying
He's got
every step.
His tats are so great. I should have
Every
just gone for it.
step I take.
Andrew Brayshaw was okay at a 93. I think his stats would suggest that he was pretty good aside from his disposal efficiency, but
Yeah, 21 at 61%, 6 marks, 8 tackles and a goal. Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, actually, you'd probably take the 93.
probably could have got more contested touches.
Yeah.
Will Brody, no good.
So here's a good pod watch for next year, Hudson. Caleb Sarong.
Yeah, but we thought that this year, and the problem with Caleb Sarong is he fades in and out. But with Mundy out, it could be interesting.
Yeah. And, like, if they get anybody else in aside from Luke Jackson, potentially.
Big
so.
old Nathan O'Driscoll back in, scored a 75.
Scored
He's
a
pretty good.
ripper goal, if anyone hasn't seen
Was
it
it
as well.
from the pocket again?
No,
like he
got
does?
it from the wing and then had to cut an angle and burn the guy chasing him and then just from 55 let loose.
What Hayden Young score? 78. That's not great.
He is next year, though, in my team, I think.
Yeah, but that scares me because
Nah,
they've got
he'll be-
they've got like a good back six. So trying to fit players in is interesting. Nothing on the.
Sam
I
Darcy
have Bailey
debut.
Dale.
You do, what do you?
68.
Oh, I thought he was a bit better than that from what I saw.
We had 21 touches at 81%, 6 marks, 2 tackles. That's probably worthy of a bit more than 68.
Sam Darcy, do we see his hip rotating in the wind, like in that picture that everyone might have seen during the
Yeah,
week?
that was weird.
You see
Yeah,
that,
it's because
Hudson?
his legs are about a centimetre in fucking circumference.
He's grown, I think, 11 or 8 or 11 centimetres since he got drafted.
Yeah, not in width though.
It's actually insane.
He's skinnier than fucking Leeka Lear.
Yeah.
He needs to. He
And
needs.
Leeka Lear's turned sideways and he's gone.
He needs to get on whatever bloody Usman is on.
Yeah, Mohamed Usman.
Usman.
Yeah, so he scored 42 on debut, but that's ruined for next year, as we mentioned. That's a bit disappointing.
Josh Bruce could be cheap next year because he can't fucking score a Supercoach point.
I was thinking that. That's probably his top score this year. So
it
do
is.
you know, he's played
It's
4 games and kicked 1 goal.
He's played 4 games and he's gone over 25 once.
Yeah.
I had Will Brody. Everyone.
Yeah, same. 65.
That's his lowest score of the year,
Which is
surely?
really disappointing. 17 touches, 3 marks, 7 tackles, 6 clangers hurts. 62% time on ground.
We've got to mention the biggest disappointment of that game, though. Mr. Sean
Shrek.
Darcy. Look at his stats and then the score.
59, 12 touches, 3 marks, 3 tackles, 30 hitouts.
91% disposal efficiency.
Yeah, well, he obviously had 0 hitouts to advantage.
Yeah. 59. It's so low for that stat line, isn't it, though?
That's tough.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, well,
But
it's
yeah,
been a
anyway, the
tough
Dogs
round.
thought they've run their race. I don't think they'll make finals now.
What's the I don't even know what the ladder is.
Richmond are a half a game clear.
No, 1.5 games.
Oh, from
clear
the
of
Bulldogs,
Dogs,
yeah.
And half a game clear of Saints.
So Richmond have Hawthorn this week, so we could ruin their season or they'll belt
No,
us
well,
like they
Saints
normally
have
do.
Brisbane. Dogs should beat GWS. Yeah.
I hope it comes down to the last round, of course, but
Yeah, Essendon and Richmond. Richmond, can they win by 400 or only 200 to get into finals?
so scroll down. How low can Essendon? You said Essendon. How low can they?
If
How low can they
if
go?
Adelaide beat West Coast by a decent amount today, they will jump ahead of Essendon.
and then GWS.
And will be only 1 win ahead to GWS.
And the percentage is close enough that okay.
And we've got to we play Port and then Richmond.
Okay, I reckon you'll win at least one of those.
Whoa! What was that?
That
wasn't
was me
me.
going, what?
That's on record, though.
That
That's
wasn't,
it.
that wasn't me.
What a sound.
Righto.
Anyway, what do we
We'll go through the next game. Geelong Cats, 110. St Kilda Saints, 65.
In the 7 minutes of football I've watched this weekend, I thought Geelong was going to win by about 7,000 points.
Well, it's funny because St Kilda started so well, and I only saw the first half of the first quarter and thought, oh, Saints are on. And then they were down 40-18, I think, at quarter time. And I'd missed a bit putting the young fella to bed. So,
I still
that was
haven't
about
seen
it after
Coops.
then I watched Port and
Information.
Richmond, which is actually a great game, despite what the score might suggest. It was actually very fun to watch.
I want to see what Coops wrote because he hates Geelong.
Coops is
and
in
loves
trouble
St Kilda.
because he's been plagiarising pages again.
But he always does that.
But,
No, he's been deleting him because
but
people are calling him out.
but why does he have to? Like, it's so funny because if you just said Coops, you have such a unique opinion, and that's what people are interested in.
No, so the page he plagiarised did a post going, Coops, man, you've created your own fan base.
Yeah,
Do all these things.
you have no need for it.
Stop plagiarising other
Yeah.
pages. Yeah.
Because seriously, like, it doesn't even matter if it's right or wrong. It's the delivery. It's everything. Like,
Yeah.
it's very entertaining. So
Yeah.
he doesn't have to at all.
What's he written? Where is it? Even first half, Geelong kicked away in the third to get the win over the Saints. I love that he just gives no information. But if it's not... Freo are back with a win over the Dogs because he hates the Dogs too.
Who does he hate? He hates Geelong, the Western Bulldogs,
Done like Essendon.
Melbourne, and Geelong. Did I say Geelong?
Yeah.
He hates Geelong because he lives in Geelong.
Oh,
But it's
What?
funny.
Yeah, he lives in Geelong.
So he-
contradicts himself because
but like Geelong's a nice place.
in his intro video, he's kicking a Geelong footy.
Yeah, and he did a video down by the beach the other day.
And he yelled at
In
a
Geelong.
rock.
He yelled at a
pretending
rock,
it was a person.
And then he did a whole speech pretending he was Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
from the
okay.
WWE, and then he
All
did
right.
a spear.
Well, as I said, like, why is he plagiarising people like that? You can't. Like, you
No
can't.
one else is
No one
writing
else
that.
can write that.
He
shit.
just wants someone to acknowledge him.
Yeah. Oh, well, good on him. I'll acknowledge him. Good on him.
Acknowledge your tribal chief.
Yes.
Geelong, what do we have? We had Tom Stewart,
Fuck
48.
you, Tom Stewart. You long-haired dog.
Gave away 4 free kicks in the first quarter, I think. Max Holmes, I think he's good. He's got.
He's better than I thought he not would be, but has become pretty good quicker than I thought he would.
Yeah. Brandon Parfitt missed a lot of footy. Whether he was injured for a bit, but then he just couldn't get picked.
Yeah.
17 of his 25 touches contested.
He was
10
also-
clearances.
I believe he's still out of contract, Hudson.
Jeez.
Would you like him at Essendon?
Yeah, I'd fucking. If you show any kind of footballing ability, do you want our captaincy? Honestly,
Yep. Not fair.
I'll put in a good reference. Isaac Smith getting better by the day. He put on hoops and he got real good. Like, not that
He
he
was
was
good
bad
at
at
Hawthorn,
Hawthorn, but
yeah.
he's had a
Up the
career.
hoopers.
Had a career couple of years.
Sam de Koning, interestingly, got caught on someone last night who he got beaten by in a few contests. The most surprising person that actually got a hold of de Koning for a few minutes, it was Mason Wood.
What
And when I
about-
said got a hold of him, there was 2 contests that Mason Wood won and got scores from, and I was like, what's going on here? I don't think he played him the whole game.
Mason Wood kicked on only 1 goal and it was from a free kick.
No, sorry, scores. I didn't say he got a goal, but Mason
only
Wood at one
kicked
point
it behind.
he
A goal and a behind. So
there was a marking contest
just
and
one score.
Wood managed to bring the ball to ground when de Koning was in better position, get the footy, spin out of de Koning coming for him, and it was actually a very good play. He missed.
Sure,
but,
it wasn't Zach Guthrie.
I know.
Sam
'cause
de Koning,
he was 25.
monstered King all night. 5th in the Coleman.
So
Sam de Koning, monstered King all night, which for the second time this year, mind you.
That's why I was saying a very surprising person just got a hold of him for a minute because he destroyed Max King the rest of the game. From
All I'm
what
saying-
I saw of this. But yeah, so maybe if they played Mason Wood the whole time, or if they isolated that, but who knows?
Mason Wood kicked 1 behind more than Max King.
He also was St Kilda's second highest scorer. It took 10 marks, Mason Wood.
Because he played on a wing.
And pushed forward a bit. But anyway, Jack Sinclair, top scorer. A lot of people. You didn't bring
No,
him in.
I
You
got
brought in
Steele.
Sicily. Oh, but when you could pick a backman at the time, you
Yep.
picked Sicily, which is fine. Sinclair 116, Steele 93.
Rowan Marshall, 96.
Yeah, you guys have got him.
He got jibbed though, Simon. You'll be upset.
Oh, well,
21
I am
touches,
upset.
4 marks, 4 tackles, 37 hitouts, 13 contested possessions, 7 clearances. He was
Robbed.
He got 22 more Dream Team, which he was robbed.
absolutely robbed.
Same as Brad Crouch.
Brad Crouch, typical for Brady Crouch there. Windhager looked pretty good.
Yeah, Windhager's good. Mitch Owens, another 50.
As long as he keeps playing, so
Ta-
his coverage for the last 2
He
rounds.
got, I saw on Twitter that Tom Stewart got owned,
Yep.
like owned, but with an
That's
extra
pretty
E.
good. That's pretty good.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Great visual gag.
There's
That's
great
okay.
banter.
Great.
But
great-
yeah, a
that's
few
great
few
banter.
90s and 100s for the Catters. Jeremy Cameron, 2 goals. Tom Hawkins, 3 goals. They're looking.
Love the Hawk.
They both kick 55 next week, I think. It'll put
Can
them
they
in
catch Charlie
rarefied air.
Kerno?
I don't know. I think it's more impressive that 2 players from one team have kicked more than 55 than
When was the
One
last?
And they do it
time.
in both they both do it in different ways too.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that makes more sense, but like you know what I
I'm trying to
mean.
think of the last time, like, all I've got in my head is in 2008 when Roughhead kicked 80 something and Franklin kicked 113, but footy was a bit different.
What
then.
about how when you watch Tom Hawkins play, the ball's coming to him in a one-on-one, it's like, oh, that guy should not worry about it.
Yeah.
Tom will mark this.
Yeah, there's
Like at one point, Dougal Howard was hanging over Hawkins and he marked it and they were like, oh, I was going to pay the free kick anyway for holding.
And that's when I really used to watch footy, and there's only a couple of players like that now. Like I reckon, 2 metre Peter has that feel about him when he's on song. Like
When his second forward actually looks good, like yesterday, 2 metre wasn't that good because Harry
Yeah.
Jones had 3 touches.
yeah,
But the week before, well, against Collingwood, Peter Wright actually looked good because Harry Jones actually looked like he might be
Yeah.
competitive.
and like Mackay and all those sorts of
Yeah.
people. But I find it really interesting when you think about it. The whole the big forward up the front is actually stupid because there's so much room. Like the forward 50, like it's a pretty big area, but somehow they just keep getting the ball. It's crazy.
If you think of it though, the full forward is like the big full forward's like a centre.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
they're athletic, all of a sudden they're better.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you put a big monstrosity up there, and they're like, "Oh, Gumby alert!"
yeah, but I
Like
suppose
when Boban runs around, you're like, "Oh, it's good, it's entertaining for 30 seconds." Then you're like, "Oh no, he's very bad."
I suppose what I'm saying is tagging and that sort of thing and that sort of footy, like where the ball's going.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you not stop that? Like he's spinning the ball on his finger. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Just take it.
they're kicking it to plugger. Anyway.
Before we move on to our final game, Huddo, or final full game, I've got a question for you regarding Essendon list management.
Yeah.
There is a player in this
Do you want me
year's...
to list all the players that suck?
Well, there's a player in this year's draft
Yeah.
who people think will now go top 10
Yeah.
that isn't in the top Fab 5 that they're talking
I don't
about.
know what that is.
So the Fab 5 are, I think, Ashcroft, Sheasel...
Cheezels.
Yep, Sheasel,
Yum.
Wardlaw...
Pick the Cheezels. Wardlaw.
Wardlaw as well. Anyway,
Take them all.
They're all...
Trade up for all those cool names.
They're basically all midfielders.
Oh, I want
Sartis.
Mateus Philippou.
Yeah, he's close. So, no, I'm
How do you
asking you this
fill a
question.
poo?
There is a guy called Aaron Cadman who is a Jeremy Cameron clone. In one of the championship games, he had 21 touches.
Is that because his
kicked-
name's the same?
Kicked 3. Yeah, I know, right? I pointed out the same thing. He kicked 3 goals, 3. And then he went back to the NAB League and played on a wing and had 30 touches or something like that, playing on a wing. My question to you is, would you...
I want this guy.
Son of Sam.
Yeah, because Mateus Philippou is the son of Sam.
Oh, that's awesome.
That guy's going to kill someone.
He played AFL. His dad.
Yeah, no, but that isn't the son of Sam a serial killer?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Question to you, though. Would you be happy for Essendon reaching at
No.
pick 3 for Aaron Cadman
No.
to get your forward, or do you just want
No.
one of these mid guns?
No,
still?
I want safe, be safe,
Okay.
pick the person that's going to be good, like we did with Ben Hobbs, because you watch him and it's like, oh, he's very good.
He's fine. Yeah, absolutely. Fine. Better than fine, but yes, safe.
Another good commentary term from yesterday that I saw on Twitter was, what's her name? The one that called him the Orange Team.
Carrie
Underwood.
It's not Carrie, it's Kelly Underwood.
Carrie Bickmore. No, Kelly Underwood said when Ben Hobbs kicked his goal, he loves the big stage. It was 15th versus 16th in front of 8,000 people at Giant Stadium.
But how many players go, I don't like playing in these big games?
Yeah,
I
well,
don't want to play in front of many people.
Do you know what they should have?
play Hume League?
So fan footy should also come out with the commentary team. And they should also have like goals, behinds, and clangers. I think that would be very interesting.
I'm telling you, Lee Montaigne's my first pick.
Yeah. Well, I've seen him do his analysis on a couple of shows that I've watched, and yeah, he's very good.
Yeah.
I bet he's a very good player though.
That's
as well.
he's not long out of the comp. That's the
Yeah.
interesting part. It's not like he's been doing it for ages.
Yeah.
Like he's got. But I said if you could give me a commentary team of Jason Bennett and Lee Montaigne forever, I'm in. I'm
Yeah,
sold.
because Ben Cousins recently got reintroduced into. He's just doing it not local, but like he's not national. But yeah, everyone was like, was that unscripted? And like, and everyone's shocked. It's like, yeah, he was.
Because he's very good.
Yeah, he's very good. He knows about the game.
knows
So
footy.
yeah. Anyway, very good.
This Philippou looks fucking rad.
I want Philippou for Hawthorn.
I want Philip.
Harry
Although
Sheezel
Sheezel would be great too.
Trait similar to Zach Bailey. No, thank you.
No, he's very good.
What? Plays 2 good games. Everyone thinks he's the greatest footballer to ever live, and then he disappears for a
Well,
month.
okay, fair enough.
Wardlaw, Luke Parker. Is he a fuckhead too?
Ah, yes. Essence supporters.
Elijah Hewitt. Oh, yeah, there you go. Chad Warner's pretty good.
Do any of these guys play?
Yeah,
in the-
Philippou. Best trait similar to Jake Stringer.
Can I just point out that I don't know what website this is, but I'm going to
Inner
question
Sanction.
the Jake Stringer comparison because I've actually watched a bunch of their
Powerful
state.
midfielder who loves the contest, then goes forward and hits a scoreboard.
So from watching it, he's very, very much Bont Kelly like, not quite as not as much as of a bull
Bon
as Stringer.
Kelly who?
Josh Kelly.
Well, what do you mean? He's not
very-
much
he's-
of a bull as Stringer.
He's not as much of a bull when watching him in the championship games that I've watched. He's more Bont like than Stringer.
So he's the exact same height as Stringer and 8 kilos lighter.
What's Bont's height and weight?
Do any of these players play for the Waffle or Sandful?
Sorry, you
Because
told us we weren't allowed to talk about it.
No, this is under 18s. They're not there yet. Bont's 85. They're only separated by 5 kilos, mind you, and a similar height.
But still,
He just looks more like he plays like Bont than Stringer from what I've watched.
Yeah, but I want him.
No, fair enough. So do I. There you go. I'll bloody fight you for him.
There you go.
Anyway, sorry. Simon, what do you got?
I'll go to the next game. Richmond Tigers 109. Port Adelaide 71.
Yeah, this was a very fun game to watch, despite what the score might suggest. I had this as my laptop game and then switched it over to the TV game so I could see it a bit closer.
Jeez, you watch 2 games at once. I barely even watch 1 game
Mate.
at once.
I don't understand how people can't figure out. It's like Friday night, watch footy. Saturday, play footy. Get home, watch replay of footy from during the day. Saturday night, watch 2 games of footy. Sunday, wake up, look at analysis of footy. Podcast in the afternoon talking about footy.
Oh, it's tough.
Sunday, rest of the day, footy.
Jeez, there you go. Well, yeah, I probably don't tick many of
A
those
parent throughout that.
off. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
fair enough.
but-
Yep, there you go. All right.
Would anyone like my life? Because I like my life. That's okay.
No, it sounds shit.
No, I don't know anything about. I'm not that into the footy. Yeah, no. As he says.
Anyway, on our pod, yeah.
No,
Welcome
very
to the
good.
footy
No,
podcast
final
where
episode.
only 1/3
Well-
of us enjoys football.
No, tell us. No, I do.
Yeah,
Tell us about the game.
Yeah, so Port, at a couple of points, I'm like, they're fighting hard. They're going to win this. And then Shai Bolton and Tom Lynch went, no, you're not. We're playing for finals. This is what we got. I think Trent Cotchin might be missing a week or 2 from a sling tackle that looked pretty rough. If he doesn't, I feel like there's a bit of a collusion there because he's gotten off suspensions before from incidents that I thought might have resulted in that. But
Yeah, like
McIntosh got reported,
Didn't he leave the bubble or something?
yeah.
No, his missus did.
missus did.
and then she
bloody-
got upset about it.
Yeah, because
she-
everyone's bullying me on social media. It's like, then don't be in a bubble and put on social media you're going to get fucking wax or some shit, whatever you were doing. But anyway, sorry, Zach Butters. Butters. Our man, Simon.
How much?
How much what?
What did he score?
121.
Yuck. Did
Why?
you say that previously?
No, just like, you
Yeah.
still got him.
No.
Oh, I forgot you
I haven't. Oh, that was just. That,
I forgot you don't have that guy
You were
that I have.
Controversial. Rubbing it in, I
Sorry.
reckon.
Rub it in the butter.
Rubbing it in the butter.
Yeah, anyway, 121. That was fantastic. So you guys don't have the scores up, but that's all right. I've been like mooching off your screen time.
Oliver Wines 118, Travis Boak 116, Willem.
Our man.
Willem
who
Drew
couldn't get a
111.
game for a little while.
What about Alira Lear?
62,
Hey.
What about future Hawthorn player Carl Amon?
78.
Yeah, he was actually good aside from his Supercoach score.
Bryn
Jaden
Teakle
Short's,
73.
Jaden Short's
Brendan.
done. Jaden Short, he scored 77. And his stats weren't even horrific, but I reckon I've got 1 trade left, and I think I'm just going to upgrade him to the highest price.
Oh, they put him in midfield
Defender.
again, you fucking idiots.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they went.
it was on my bench.
Yeah, No. Dion Prestia again proving that he's the most frustrating potential pod of all time.
I'd donate my hamstrings and then pick him in my Supercoach team.
Yeah.
I reckon.
Oh,
I'm
'cause,
willing
like,
to give him my hamstrings.
I'd have him. I'd happily have him in my team, but like you can't play more than 4 games in a row. If you went down Curvis as your ruck a little while ago, you'd been frustrated because he's been poor at points. But 158, he had a big one. Look at next disposals, Huddo, while you just there.
29.
Bloody
Good
hell.
on
But anyway, that's the. I don't think many other players you might have, but
No.
in that game. But Sonsi. If you had Sonsi as a rookie,
Did
if you managed
Judson
to get one
Clark
in.
play?
No, he was my captain.
Oh, yeah, same. No, he wasn't.
he
Jacob
wasn't?
Ware was.
Yeah. Anyway, but we're up to live scores. We got North Melbourne. Oh no, backwards like Simon. Sydney Swans, 58. North Melbourne Kangaroos, 31.
Yeah, there you go.
Does anyone have any players from any of these
There's
teams?
Yeah.
18 seconds into the third quarter.
Paddy McCartan, 30.
Luke Parker.
Outscoring his brother by 10.
Oh, Heaney, go away.
Yeah, we got Parker 58.
That's pretty
That's
good.
all I've got.
Oh, I'm playing
reckon-
someone with Aaron Hall. He's on 72.
I reckon
Oh.
Tom Powell could be good next year because he has flashes.
Yep.
Oh, Cunnington's back this week. What's he on?
No, he's playing VFL.
Oh,
isn't
is he?
Yeah.
Okay, don't worry then.
Well, like
How's
he's not playing.
our man LDU?
62.
That's pretty good. Oh, Larky's kicked 4. Who's he
Of
playing
their
on?
6.
Which McCartan's
Wait,
playing
no,
on?
someone's just kicked another goal because there's only 5 on their thing. I wonder if he kicked another one.
I hope so.
Who's he playing on?
Well, I wonder if
Tom
it's...
McCartan.
Okay, well, he's giving him a bath by the looks
Well,
of
he's
it.
had 3 free kicks, 4, which suggest based on where he plays footy. Oh, he's kicked another one. That's 5 out
Wow.
of their 6.
That's pretty impressive.
I reckon 3, based on where he plays, 3 of those free kicks probably led to goals.
Yeah, I'd say that's a fair chance. But
Chad
Good on.
Warner, 30. Going terrible at the perfect time for Supercoach coaches.
yeah, so next year we might be able to start.
Errol
I want to see his
Gordon.
brother get a game.
Fuck, Errol Gordon's good, I reckon.
Yeah, he's a possible
Shame about the
next year.
first name, but good. Your mate Tom Hickey, 87 sign.
Yeah, he's still surfing. He's just looking for that
Hickey.
swell.
87 for the Hick.
Yeah,
Hickey.
loves it.
Jumps up to 89 as we speak.
Also, someone we wouldn't have had but will be on the bubble after this game, Callan Dawson, debuted last week. He was the mid-season draft selection, an intercepting defender for North Melbourne. Had an okay score in his first game. He's on 38 at the moment. So not
Who did he
going
play in
too
his
bad.
first game?
Last
Essendon.
week, yeah.
Yeah, so
he
of course
scored-
he played well because we.
I think he was top score for North for a little while, then he just sort of stopped. Ended up on 60-something. But anyway, yeah, that's all the Supercoach news we've got. We're up to prelims next week.
Oh, I
So
forgot
Syme-
Richmond Point.
Hudson
They
has a Richmond
They
point.
picked someone in the draft. I don't know when, if it was mid-season or not, but his name's Jacob Bauer.
Yeah.
Mid-season draft. I wrote it down. There you go. If I could read, that's Jack Bauer. Surely his nickname's Jack
Surely.
or 24 or something.
I feel like we may have mentioned this.
What number
maybe it was,
does he
maybe
wear?
it was off the pod we mentioned this before. Possibly.
Who's number 24 there?
Oh. You're asking me to remember
Who's
numbers.
the key forward?
Gilby.
Number 43.
He's
He
number
doesn't
20.
even have a photo.
Oh no, 43. What's that? Oh, that's his age.
Age.
Oh, he looks good there.
Oh, he does.
You
He's got a
don't-
very round head.
The last 3 footballers you've looked up on this podcast have been 192 centimetres tall and 85 kilos in weight.
There you go.
That's
That's a stat.
There's your coincidental stat for the week.
There's a stat.
Who's
now,
that? Sam
Statman.
Banks.
Now, nothing to do with footy. I've got a hot take here.
Oh.
So, we've got the fights on. I don't know who's fighting. I'm not
Yeah,
really.
Jamal Hill, who's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's coming up. I think he knocked out Johnny Walker in his last fight.
Oh, jeez. Well, there you go.
Johnny Walker's knocking out a few other people.
Look at his big hammer on his
With
chest.
his big cane and his top hat, walking out of frame every time. Is that the logo? That's the logo, isn't it? So
Yeah.
they're fighting at what? Where's this, Hudson?
Vegas.
So Vegas, but it's like
The
it's-
UFC Apex facility.
Yeah, the Apex
they
facility.
call it.
So it's really small. There's a couple, like there are fans that can buy tickets. There's only a couple of people in the room. So my question to you is, how many people does it get to before it's like they just start breaking it up? Because if that's a fight in a pub, right? And like say there's 15 people and there's a fight in front of you, you go, oh, you fucking come on.
No,
but if
but
there's
if you put-
100,000 people in a fight, everyone's just like, yeah.
Well, because I don't think it's the amount of people. I think it's where they're fighting. So if they're in a cage, it's all good. But if it's in a car park, no good.
But I kind of feel like it's in a cage. I don't know.
So you're saying if you opened a pub and just put a cage in
the
there,
middle, fight.
it's like, well,
It's a
if you
universal
want to-
symbol for fighting.
Some pubs I've been to should have bloody well done that in the past, but I reckon so.
We're going to get a cage in here.
Let's say there was a fight on there and then everyone wasn't super interested and they left to go get food or a beer. It would get to that number where I'd be like, hey, you need to calm down. This is crazy, because it would just seem like it's two mates fighting. I don't know. That was my take on that.
No, well, if they're
Pretty
fighting,
silly.
they've obviously got something to sort out.
Yeah, I suppose, but anyway.
Let them sort it out.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, that's all I had.
I don't want anyone hitting the head on the concrete.
No.
That's my thing. Whenever I see a fight,
Oh!
I'm like,
That was a good idea.
okay, this is cool. Like, this is like,
Fences are being
mano we
swung
mano,
for.
and then someone hits their head on the concrete, and I'm like, just end it.
Yeah,
no.
yeah, none of that.
No
That's
head
why
injuries.
I'm saying the ring, because it's all soft.
Yeah,
well,
I suppose
Than concrete.
Yeah, soft.
this is not a street fighting podcast, so we'll end it right there.
That's to come in future. But anyway, kick
recording
a
that
kick a
next.
barrel, drink a nice beer.
And don't... Oh, jeez. This one's tough. This is tough.
Don't buy it.
Someone's drinking a beer that we'll get his thoughts off the podcast.
It is, but it is available in the Gabs pack, and you should buy it because there are a lot of different beer styles, but that one you need to maybe take some annual leave. I'll see you later.